In a small high school nestled in a quiet suburban town, the science classroom of Lincoln High buzzed with the faint hum of fluorescent lights and the chatter of students. Posters of the periodic table and diagrams of the solar system lined the walls, while lab tables were cluttered with beakers and circuit boards. At the center of it all was 16-year-old Aisha Patel, a junior with a quiet determination and a passion for inventing. Aisha spent her evenings in her garage, tinkering with wires and circuits, dreaming of creating something that could make a difference. Her latest project, a portable water purifier designed for communities with limited access to clean water, was her pride and joy. She'd poured months into it, inspired by stories of her grandmother's village in India, where clean water was a daily struggle. Her science teacher, Mr. Harold Grayson, was a stern, old-school educator in his late 50s, known for his high standards and low patience. With his wire-rimmed glasses and perpetually creased brow, he commanded the classroom like a drill sergeant, favoring students who followed instructions to the letter. Aisha, with her unconventional ideas and tendency to ask why about everything, often rubbed him the wrong way. To him, her projects seemed impractical, her questions disruptive. But Aisha didn't let his gruff demeanor deter her. She was determined to shine in the upcoming science fair, where her purifier would be showcased. The day of the class presentations arrived, a chance for students to pitch their science fair projects before the big event. The room was filled with nervous energy as students set up posters and models. Aisha stood by her table, her prototype, a compact device with a sleek filter system and a hand-cranked power mechanism, carefully arranged. She'd tested it dozens of times, ensuring it could purify murky water in minutes. Her classmates whispered in admiration, but Mr. Grayson, clipboard in hand, approached with a skeptical frown. Aisha began her presentation, her voice steady but filled with passion. My project is a portable water purifier for communities without clean water. It uses a solar-powered filtration system and a manual crank for emergencies, making it affordable and easy to use. She demonstrated, pouring cloudy water through the device, which emerged crystal clear. Her classmates clapped, but Mr. Grayson cut in, his tone sharp. Aisha, this is a science class, not a fantasy workshop. Do you really think this gadget could work in the real world? It looks like a toy. Snickers rippled through the room, and Aisha's heart sank. She tried to explain, I've tested it, sir. It meets EPA standards for, but he interrupted. Standards? This is a pipe dream, not science. Focus on something realistic next time. The classroom fell silent, the air heavy with second-hand embarrassment. Aisha's best friend, Liam, shot her a sympathetic look, but others avoided her gaze. Her cheeks burned, and her hands clenched at her sides as she packed up her project, fighting back tears. Mr. Grayson moved on, praising a student's model volcano as proper science. Aisha felt small, her months of work dismissed as a childish fantasy. But deep down, she knew her purifier worked. She'd seen the clean water it produced, tasted it herself. She wasn't giving up. Unbeknownst to Mr. Grayson, Aisha had submitted her project to the National Youth Innovation Awards, a prestigious competition for young inventors. She hadn't told anyone, not even Liam, wanting to prove herself without fanfare. Weeks later, the science fair came and went, with Aisha earning second place. Mr. Grayson gave first to the volcano, citing its clarity of execution. But Aisha's focus was elsewhere. One evening, while tinkering in her garage, she received an email that made her heart race. Her purifier had won the national award, including a $10,000 grant and an invitation to present at a conference in Washington, D.C. The judges praised its ingenious design and real-world impact, noting its potential to help underserved communities. The next day, Aisha walked into science class, her award certificate tucked in her backpack. The local news had already picked up the story, and whispers followed her down the hall. Mr. Grayson, unaware, began class with his usual routine, but the principal, Ms. Rivera, interrupted, stepping into the room with a reporter from the town paper. Ms. Rivera beamed. We're here to celebrate Aisha Patel, whose water purifier just won a national award. Aisha, would you share your project with us again? The class erupted in gasps and applause. Mr. Grayson's face froze, his clipboard slipping slightly in his hand. Aisha, nervous but resolute, set up her purifier and repeated her demonstration, this time with confidence. The reporter asked, "What inspired you, Aisha?" She replied, "My grandmother's village, where clean water isn't guaranteed. I wanted to build something that could help." Ms. Rivera turned to Mr. Grayson, her tone polite but pointed. "Mr. Grayson, you must be proud of Aisha's achievement." He nodded stiffly, his voice strained. "Yes, very impressive." After class, Mr. Grayson approached Aisha at her desk, his usual sternness softened by unease. "Aisha, I may have misjudged your project. It's clearly more advanced than I realized. Congratulations." The words were awkward, but Aisha nodded graciously. "Thank you, sir. I just wanted to make something that matters." Her classmates, now buzzing with admiration, crowded around to ask about her invention, and Liam gave her a proud fist bump. In the weeks that followed, Aisha's story spread. The school displayed her award in the trophy case, and her purifier prototype was featured in a national science magazine. A local nonprofit reached out, offering to fund production for a pilot program in rural areas. Mr. Grayson, humbled, began incorporating more open-ended projects into his curriculum, giving students like Aisha room to dream big. Aisha, meanwhile, stayed true to herself, using her grant to fund her college dreams and continuing to tinker in her garage, already sketching her next invention. This story wasn't just about a student proving her teacher wrong. It was about Aisha's resilience, the power of believing in your own ideas, and the impact of small innovations in a world that often overlooks them. Her quiet determination and a well-earned victory showed that even when your work is dismissed, perseverance can turn dreams into reality.